E-commerce. We have heard this word a lot in our lives. So what is e-commerce? E-commerce is something that we buy or sell on internet. So today we are going to talk about e-commerce industry in context of apparels and textiles. So if we get to define what is e-commerce, we would say e-commerce or electronic commerce refers to a platform or a trade that actually takes place over internet. It is also called that the trade is happening through electronic channel. Here, a buyer visits the website of the seller and transaction is done with the help of a payment gateway. So basically there is a payment gateway through which the consumer or the customer, they buy the product from the seller and everything is done online. Now, this transaction can involve both tangible products and intangible products. Tangible products, they include products like physical goods such as book, apparel, etc., as well as intangible products such as services like an airline's ticket or maybe a software or any other such product. Now, from all this, what we can gather is e-commerce can also be defined as the buying and selling of goods and services or any commodity on the internet or the World Wide Web, that is www. So whenever we go online, whenever we want to buy something online, when we type the URL of that website, we always start with www, and that www stands for World Wide Web. So e-commerce is a synonym, we can say, for internet, for online shopping, or even for www, that is World Wide Web. Now, let's see that there are three factors that can be considered essential in understanding the impact of e-retailing on the world retail scenario. These factors are reach, richness, and affiliation. Now, reach is something that refers to the size of the audience. So we are talking about e-retailing here. We are talking about e-commerce. That is, we have a product and we are trying to sell it online on the internet. So reach is something that talks about the size of the audience. If the size of the audience is huge, if the size of the audience is very vast and big, humongous, then the reach has to be done accordingly so that it reaches all the consumers or the customers. The second factor is richness. Richness refers to the customization of the products and services. So we have a number of products that we are selling online. We have number of services. As I just mentioned, that airline ticket is also a product. It's an intangible product that we buy online. So whenever we want to buy something, maybe a product or a service, the richness part is very important. And the third one is affiliation. So affiliation is the extent to which e-retailers are responding to customers or consumers' requests and queries. So whenever we buy a product online, we always, we tend to have some of the other problem. And these issues, these problems, or even certain queries before or post buying that particular product can be resolved by the affiliation process. So every website or every e-retailing platform has a customer care. So if we have a confusion before buying the product or we have a problem post buying that particular commodity, we always look for customer care. We call them or we email them, or there are toll-free numbers that are available in case of certain websites. So that's the affiliation part. So what kind of service is being provided post or pre-purchase of that product by the sellers or by that particular internet online e-retailing seller. Now, post this, let's talk about the e-commerce matrix. Now, the e-commerce matrix is divided into two, that is business and consumer. And these has four further classifications: B2B, B2C, C2B, and consumer to consumer trade, that is C2C. We will talk about each one of them. The first one is business to business, also called B2B. Now, B2B are those situations where company do business with another company or two companies do business within each other. And the retailers selling to wholesalers is an example of B2B commerce. Now, I have a business. I'm the owner of a huge brand or a huge company, and I need to sell it to another, a business company, or maybe a wholesaler, not to a target consumer or customer. So that's your B2B concept. Now, this B2B concept, that is business to business concept, there are certain types. They are product based, service based, and software based. Because it's from business to business, that is, one business is selling to the product to the other business, then it will have a product that has to be sold. There will be a service that will be given to the consumers, and then the software, of course, because everything is done online. And B2B, that is business to business transactions, including a business selling intermediate goods or services to another business. So there are lots of products, there are lots of commodities, or even services also, that a big company will sell to another big company. So that's your business to business, कि हम एक business से दूसरे business को वो product sale कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे individual consumer का कोई role नहीं होता है. The second one is your business to consumer, that is B2C. B2C are those situations where companies do business with consumers. B2C activity is basically retailing. It embraces normal retail activities on the web, thus can be referred to as e-retailing also. B2C concept is that where a business, that is B stands for business and C for consumer. So जो एक particular business होता है, वो business directly consumer को अपना product sale करेगा. जैसे कि हम घर बैठे online shopping कर लेते हैं. So there are various websites available. There are various shopping brands and apps available which we install on our phone or laptops, and we want to order pantry. I will go to suppose A website. I want to buy some apparel clothing or something, then I may go for B website. In fact, there are lots of products like pantry, ration, lots of things can be bought online, even jewelries nowadays, precious jewelries I'm talking about. So business to consumer, जहाँ पे कि एक business already exist करता है, but me as a consumer, if I need to buy something, what I'm going to do is that I'll go to that particular website, a business, a company, and I'll order that product. मैं वो पेमेंट करूँगी और वो प्रोडक्ट मेरे पास पहुँच जाएगा. सो ये जो B2C का कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, दिस इज जो इसका मॉडल होता है वो बहुत ही ईजी है. दैट इज बिजनेस है, वो सेल करता है प्रोडक्ट कंज्यूमर्स को, टू कंज्यूमर्स वाया प्रोडक्ट्स और सर्विसेज. दैट इज व्हाट दे प्रोवाइड टू द कंज्यूमर्स, एंड दे हैव एन ऑनलाइन चैनल और a third party e-commerce platform. That is, their website will be there, or an app can be there, or any other online platform that is connected to that business, and they will showcase their products on their website. Now I need to buy maybe a pair of jeans, and I'll go to that website and I'll just get it done. So मैं as a consumer directly एक business से product खरीद ले रही हूँ घर बैठे using e-commerce platform. Now the third concept is your consumer to business concept. Consumer to business is a type of commerce where the consumer or end user provides a product or service to an organization. So I am an individual consumer. Consumer to business model is something that there is a business and I am a consumer. Now I have started my own boutique. For example, I am making kurtas and I need to sell that. So I will contact a company or a business and I will tell them to showcase my products on their business platform. So what happens is, being an individual consumer, मेरे पास number of products है, very limited number of products, since I am not a big company. So I am reaching that business, I am reaching that company to actually sell my product. So बिजनेस टू कंज्यूमर का जो कॉन्सेप्ट था, कंज्यूमर टू बिजनेस, उसका एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट है. जहाँ से एज ए कंज्यूमर मैं बिजनेस से डायरेक्टली खरीद रही थी, यहाँ से एज ए कंज्यूमर मैं बिजनेस को बेच सकती हूँ टू शोकेस एंड फर्दर काइंड ऑफ मार्केट माई प्रोडक्ट एंड सेल इट फर्दर. So that's your consumer to business concept. The fourth and the last concept is your consumer to consumer concept. Now this is very unique, and this also happens very easily on e-commerce platform. C2C website serves as a mediator between the clients and gives an opportunity to sell or purchase goods directly. So what happens here is that I am a consumer, there is another consumer, C1, C2, and if supposedly I am C1, so I need to sell my product or my design kurta. I will contact other consumer and I will tell them these are my designs, why don't you have a look and buy it. So I am approaching a consumer, another consumer directly. So this is C2C concept. So here there's no other business involved, just that I might either contact the another consumer face to face, or I might do it online as well. Now when I do it online using internet, we place an advertisement. So here supposedly there is consumer 1 and then there is consumer 2. So consumer 1 wants to sell products. I will place an advertisement. So this advertisement will be placed on a particular app or website or an online platform using internet. And from there, the number consumer 2, they will go and look at my products and they will buy it directly. So consumer 2 will receive the product and they will pay the money directly to me rather than going through a website. So here the website that is involved is just a platform to showcase my product. There is no profit or there is no money that that particular website is going to kind of gain out of my business or my sale. So that's your consumer to consumer concept, C2C. Now, there are lots of advantages of e-retailing, I would say, or selling, products online. And there are challenges, there are problems as well. But let's talk about the advantages and the benefits first. So the first benefit that the e-retailing website has is that it is the cheapest and most effective way to business expansion. Now, when we are talking about business expansion, I don't have to pay for electricity bill of any space. I don't have to buy or rent a space to showcase my product or sell it further. I don't need to pay for salesmen and women. So what I actually do is I have maybe 100 products. I just go to a website and put it there. So that business expansion is very easy. It becomes very easy because lot of cost cutting is happening when in terms of my investment. So that way I don't have to spend much and then the business gets expanded comparatively easily, I would say. Second benefit to e-retailing is that much working capital is not required. That is, as I just mentioned, that there is no requirement of a place or a store. I don't need to rent or buy a location to have a shop or a retail outlet. What I need is a website. So I don't have to pay for salesmen and women. I don't have to pay any electricity charges. I can just sit in the comfort of my home and sell my products online. And it can be a full-time job as well. So that way, the working capital is not required much. The third advantage would be the showroom space required for the display and selling of the product is not needed at all. So I had just mentioned that the space required, the one that I would rather, pay huge sum of money to buy probably or even to rent, that is something that is going to be saved. So the amount of investment that I would have done there, having a face-to-face or physical located shop, that is something that I am saving here. So with that money, with that investment or the product display that is not being required, I can put that money into something else probably or my products. The fourth benefit would be the advantage of e-retailing, that the risk factor is minimum. So since I'm not spending much on the space or the people, so the risk factor is very less. Risk factor here means that first of all, I'm not investing a lot of money. We are talking about this point a lot, that the money invested is actually very less. Hence, the risk becomes less because when we invest a lot of money and God forbid if we get into a loss and our business doesn't work, so all that money will be actually a waste. Instead of having a profit, we will actually go into loss. तो जो risk factor होता है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा high होता है. जबकि अगर हम e-commerce की बात करें, हम यहाँ पे e-retailing की बात कर रहे हैं जहाँ पे कि हम products online sale करते हैं, तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि because हमारा जो investment है वो काफ़ी limited रहता है. It is just the investment between me, that is when I'm doing the business, and the product that I'm going to sell. So products of course जो मैंने बनाए हैं या मैंने कहीं से उसको procure किया है वो मुझे रखना है, उससे मुझे अपने पास सेल करने के लिए I have to do those adjustments. But when it comes to the other things of setting up the business, that is something that is being reduced here. Another benefit of e-retailing is that there is ease of price comparison and more choices. So the price comparison, we all, I am sure, whoever is listening or seeing me right now on their TV screens must actually relate कि हम भी तो ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग करते हैं, हमने भी तो पैंट्री अपनी राशन या सब्जियां हम ऑनलाइन जाके खरीदते हैं. तो द फर्स्ट थिंग, व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ डूइंग दैट? वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट इज दैट कि कंपैरिजन बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, हमारे पास चॉइसेस बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं. तो जो हम अगर हमें एक कुर्ता खरीदना है और वो हम फॉर एग्जांपल एन ऐप ए के को हम जाके वहाँ पे हम प्रोक्योर कर रहे हैं, सर्व कर रहे हैं, और हम देखते हैं कि यहाँ पे लैक्स ऑफ कुर्ता ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, एंड देन आई कैन एक्चुअली फिल्टर इट कि मुझे साइज़ एम चाहिए या मुझे साइज़ एल चाहिए, मुझे इस कलर का चाहिए, मुझे ये डिज़ाइन का चाहिए, इस फैब्रिक का होना चाहिए. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई कैन एक्चुअली फिल्टर इट वेरी ईजली, एंड कंपैरिजन करना बहुत ईजी हो जाता है कि देयर आर 3 वेबसाइट्स ए बी एंड सी एंड द सेम कुर्ता इज अवेलेबल एवरीवेयर, द सेम color, print, brand, and I can actually go to all the 3 websites and see which has better quality, which is giving me more discount. So this comparison becomes very easy because just with a within 1 second of swipe of your finger you can actually see lots of products. तो जो comparison होता है वो बहुत ज़्यादा easy हो जाता है, and there are thousands of products that are available on these websites, so there are number of choices also for us to choose actually from there. Another advantage of having e-retailing is that there is huge convenience, good convenience, and then it saves the consumers precious time and effort. So whenever in maybe a few decades back when e-commerce industry इतना ज़्यादा नहीं थी, हम literally हम बाहर shops में जाते थे, हम घर से बाहर निकलते थे. We used to spend time, we used to spend energy, we used to spend certain money in our vehicles, or if we are taking public transport. तो घर बैठे shopping करना becomes much easier. It is very convenient, and also it saves a lot of precious time and effort from the consumer's point of view, because हम घर बैठे अपने लैपटॉप या आईपैड्स पे या फ़ोन पे हमें सारे ऐप्स और सारे वेबसाइट सामने बिल्कुल मिल जाते हैं, और हमें कहीं कोई एनर्जी हमारी वेस्ट नहीं होती घर से बाहर निकलने में. नाउ इट्स सो हॉट एंड मैनी पीपल प्रेफर नॉट टू गो आउट, सो दैट वे वी आर सेविंग अ लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी. वी आर सेविंग एनर्जी इन टर्म्स ऑफ vehicles that are being used on the road, so I don't have to pay money for public conveyance. I don't have to put petrol in my car to spend money on that. So lots of रिसोर्सेज जो होते हैं वो सेव हो जाते हैं, एंड इट बिकम्स मच ईजियर फॉर अ पर्सन टू एक्चुअली सिट इन द कन्वीनियंस एंड comfort of their homes and do online shopping. Also, when we talk about the energy part, it's not only from the consumer's point of view that we are saving maybe going out or time and energy. It also matters a lot that the whole process becomes easier, because without even going out of the house, you are just sitting in the comfort of your home, and without disturbing anyone, without actually stepping out of your house, you are just using your phone and ordering whatever you need. So there are various advantages. Another is one that the retailers can easily add assortment as well as variety to their product mix. That is, जो retailer होते हैं वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा options add कर सकते हैं. So whenever I surf a website or maybe an app and I am looking for a kurta, what happens is that I would prefer that maybe a pant or a trouser or a legging might be suggested to me, which will actually go with my kurta, or maybe a set of earrings, or maybe a jewelry accessory, something. So what these e-commerce apps they do is that using AI they actually complement these products. Now since I am talking about apparel industry, I am giving all the examples of apparel. The same can be actually used for other commodities as well, other goods also. But so this complementary part is available on all the various apps that are there to provide us with various types of products when it comes to apparel and clothing industry. Now, another important thing is that the data on the internet can also be changed far more easily. So, whatever details are available for that particular product, that data can be manipulated, it can be changed. That's the reason you see that one product might be having a particular discount today, but the same discount will be changed tomorrow, and it will be maybe today it was 70%, tomorrow it will be 80%. So, data manipulation करना online websites पे बहुत ज़्यादा easy हो जाता है. Now, these were the various benefits that we were talking about, the advantages. Now, e-retailing not only has various benefits, it has certain problems as well, it has challenges. One of them is consumer is unable to feel and touch the items. For example, apparel, shoes. Though there are many people who would actually prefer till date to go out to the shop and buy the product. So in my family, I might tell someone to go and buy it online, but they would say no, we prefer it to buy offline because हम actually shop में जाके apparel को छू सकते हैं, हम feel कर सकते हैं, हम उसका पूरा feel ले सकते हैं और फिर हम वो product खरीदेंगे या नहीं खरीदेंगे वो हम decide करेंगे. So this is something that e-commerce lacks, and that is one of the biggest disadvantage of having an e-retail shopping app, because you can't see, you can't feel, you can't actually kind of feel that product. How is it going to even look on me? So that's one of the biggest disadvantages of e-retailing. Another disadvantage would be, or the challenge that we are saying it, is that there is insecure payment getaway. So transactions जो होते हैं, they are very insecure, and many we are hearing in news a lot that these hacks might happen, or someone might steal your money, bank accounts को safe रखिए. So all these things become a little problematic or insecure when it comes to payment or paying for the product online. And the transactions are also not always safe. And some target consumers also lack access to the internet. So there are various people in the market, in the whole society, who don't have access to internet. I mean, there might be people in villages for whom we are making a product, but they might not reach them because it's inaccessible, because of the reason that they don't have internet connectivity at their place. So that way क्या होता है कि बहुत सारे consumers और customers को हम lose भी कर सकते हैं, just because of the reason क्योंकि हमारे पास इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी उनके पास नहीं होती है, तो वो हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स को देख नहीं पाते, उन्हें ये पता नहीं चलता कि ये प्रोडक्ट भी है मार्केट में अवेलेबल, बिकॉज इट्स ओनली ऑन द इंटरनेट, इट्स नॉट अवेलेबल ऑन द in the local market. So they would all obviously prefer going to the local market and getting it, buying it basically. And there are certain more challenges, which are complexity in conducting businesses completely online. So and also hackers may attempt to gain consumer information. So when a company does a business online, there are lots of complexities that comes along with that. So these might include things like, first of all, what I just mentioned, that it might not be reachable to everyone doesn't have the access to internet. So there are lots of complexities also at times when the internet is not working properly, or the server is not well. So what happens is that because of these issues, the product are not displayed properly. So at times we also feel कि ये ऐप तो हैंग हो गया है या वेबसाइट हैंग हो गई है, हम ये हैंग वर्ड यूज़ करते हैं बिकॉज हम उसके आगे बढ़ नहीं पाते हैं. कई बार व्हेन वी गो टू द पेमेंट ट्रांजैक्शन पेज, ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं. तो ये एक इशू है जो कि काफ़ी ज़्यादा होता है when it comes to internet or e-commerce shopping or retailing. Also, we have heard a lot about our bank accounts or a phone getting hacked. So hackers are always on the go, and there's always a problem that it might happen. And the last one is your high return rate because of lack of physical examination. So this happens a lot कि हमें कोई product नहीं पसंद आया और हम उसे return कर देते हैं because we don't like that product, or we don't like the touch and feel because of the first reason that we said कि हम उसे feel नहीं कर पाते. And the first thing that we do is we put a return or we put an exchange because the size is not perfect. So all these things, there are various challenges and problems to this. And the last one is decrease in experience compared to brick and mortar. That is फेस टू फेस शॉपिंग नहीं हो पाती है. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर ई कॉमर्स इंडस्ट्री इन अपैरल इंडस्ट्री, एंड वी विल मीट अगेन विथ अदर यूनिट्स. थैंक यू सो मच. We wear clothes on a daily basis. But have we ever wondered, where do our clothes come from? Who makes our clothing? And who are the people and the process responsible for the whole manufacturing of our clothing?